Hey. So today we're going to talk about how to turn that vision board into action steps. See, a lot of us have set goals. We've done the whole vision board thing, the vision planning thing. And now that we're actually in 2024, we need to bring those goals and those dreams into reality. And I'm here to help you to do it. So you're going to see a lot of videos out here talking about how to make 2024 the best year ever. And they're going to pump you with all of these dreams. And I love dreaming. I use the dream process. But if we don't turn those dreams into real steps in pursuit of those dreams, it won't do us any good. So I was looking at a video the other day. It was how to make 2024 your best year financially on the YouTube channel, The Table with AO, Anthony O'Neill. You all may be familiar with him. If not, go back and watch the video. And 2024 will be my best year financially as well, which is why I was watching the video, because I want to make sure that I'm doing the things to make sure that I am capitalizing on all of the opportunities, taking the steps that I need to take in order to turn my dreams into reality. See, because I don't want to just sit and dream. I want to actually turn them into reality. So let's talk about what we need to do. And I'm also going to share with you what it is that I'm doing. And I would hope that from some of the things that I'm doing, you'll be able to walk away or at least think about what it is you want to do, even if it can help to enlarge your vision. So I'm going to give you real practical steps. I'm going to give you the reality of turning dreams into reality. So for me, I have three priority tasks. Well, I'll start with what my goals are. I'm gonna start with my priority task. So I did my vision board, and I don't do a vision board, I actually do vision planning. And so from my vision planning, I make the goal of prioritizing three things per month. So on my vision board, you have to go back and watch the previous video if you want to see what the vision board was like. We did a vision board planning session. It is one of the previous videos, and we'll try to connect it here as well. But anyway, my three priority tasks will be: one, income generating activities. So income generating activity, visibility, and self-care. So why are those my three tasks? Because my goal is for this to be my highest grossing income year to date. So it will be my 7-figure year. So in order to do that, I have to make at minimum 50K a month. And so at minimum 50K a month, I also know that I need to prioritize self-care. And I also know that I need to increase visibility. So I hope you can see how those things are linked. So for me, I simply said I'm going to do one video per week for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, because I started my YouTube channel, which will eventually become another income generating activity. And so every Saturday morning, I'm committing to a 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time YouTube video drop, or either a live. And that gives me the flexibility that if I didn't get the video recorded, then I can actually just go live and make the video happen live. Number two, the 50K per month minimum. So that means that I have to make sure that I'm doing the activities to bring in at minimum 50K per month. And then one self-care activity per month. That means I need to plan it, I need to schedule it, and I need to participate in it. No excuses, no reasons why it can't happen. So when I think about, and my other thing was additional income generating activities. So when I think about that, because that's to support my 50K months, that's my affiliates, my private contracts, and my federal contracts. So for those who don't know me, I'm Dr. DeBose. I am a former educator who left the school system because I didn't want to spend my time like that anymore. I wanted to have time freedom, creative freedom, as well as financial freedom, and I couldn't see that happening in the school system. And so now I do educational consulting, and I also coach women on how to become how to become a consultant. And so in that work, I do educational consulting for leaders in the school system. I also coach women to do the exact same work that I'm doing. So I do the work, and then I show people how to do the work. In addition to that, another stream of income doing the exact same work is through federal contracting as opposed to only school contracting. And then the other thing is that I use a lot of products, I use a lot of programs, and so I get affiliate pay for recommending these programs that I actually use and that I stand by to people who are looking for new programs or to up-level their services or their business. So those are my additional income generating activities. So let's get into it. So the first thing you need to do is go back to your 2024 vision plan. What is the plan that you have for 2024? And from that plan, take a minute and look it over. And if you need to, stop this video, pause the video, and go get your vision plan. If you don't have a vision plan, then you need to go back and watch the 2024 vision party that was done on this channel on December 2nd. It was absolutely amazing. It will walk you through your full year, and it will show you how you can have a way better dream for yourself and live the life of your dreams by simply knowing and understanding what it is that you want out of life. And I walk you through that full process. You get to be around other high achieving, highly engaged, highly intelligent educators who are doing the same thing, and they help us to uplift our ideas and our thoughts. So go back to your vision plan, pull it out. Number two, I want you to prioritize three, just three. We have a 30-day time period. So this is for 1 month. We're not doing this for 10 months, 4 months, 5 months. We're looking at 1 month at a time. So for this 30-day time period, what are the three tasks that you need to prioritize that will feed the vision that you have? So for me, my three tasks are to be more visible, to do income generating activity, and to prioritize self-care. Those are my three tasks. It feeds directly into my vision. So, and you want to make sure that you're dedicating at least 30 minutes per week, per task. I'm sorry, 30 minutes per task, 3 to 4 times a week. So for me, my self-care, I have two self-care ideas that I'm going for. I do a massage every month, and I want to make sure that I maintain my massage, but then I also do meditation every day. So at least 3 to 4 times a week, I'm doing meditation. And then when you think about my income generating activities, I need to do that at least 3 to 4 times a week. And when I think about visibility, and I'll go more in depth in just a few minutes of what that looks like, I'll do that 3 to 4 times a week. And then you go through what we call the dream process. The dream process is a way for you to really reflect on what it is that you want and make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do to achieve it as well as to receive it. And so many times we just want to do the task, but we are not prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually to receive the thing. So we're going to work through that really quickly. So when I tell you about the dream process, it is DREAM, the dream process. D are your daily habits. I want you to look at your habits and that you perform daily. You're going to look at your daily habits and ask yourself, do they align with your goals in your dream life? Do they align with your goals in your dream life? So if your dream involves fitness, a daily habit might be a 30-minute workout or choosing healthier food options. That simple. For me, one of my daily habits, so I have my 3 priority tasks, which is income generating activities, visibility, and self-care. So my daily habits involve drinking more water, taking a daily nap, and making sure I adhere to my schedule. Now, you're probably saying, you don't sound like you're doing a lot of work. I am doing a lot of work, but I get more done when I'm rested. And I try not to work every day, all day, because that's not a business that's built from abundance. My goal is not to hustle and grind. So if I'm drinking my water, I'm taking care of myself, I'm going to have more energy. If I take my nap, it's going to be scheduled. So typically I work from maybe 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and that's dedicated, focused work. And so if I'm working from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., then I can take a nap anywhere between 3 to 5 p.m. and I can wake up at 5 p.m. or by 5 p.m. and move on with the next things that are on my list. And I'll be refreshed and ready to go, re-energized. My brain will not be overworked. And so that's a part of my daily habits. So you need to ask yourself, what are you including as part of your daily habits? Next question, next thing, R for routines. So we're going through the dream process. The D are your daily habits. How are they aligned? R is for routines. I want you to assess your routines and are they structured to support your dreams? If you're aiming for a better work-life balance, maybe you're looking for better work-life balance, your routine might include designated work hours, such as mine do, and specific time for family or self-care. So many of you all are still in school, working in the school system, and you get off at 3:30, but you don't leave the building until 4:30, 4:15, 5:20. You might need to evaluate why are you staying there. Your contract says 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you are making a choice to stay at the school to complete the things that need to be done. Those things will never be finished. And so you need to put that on the back burner until the next day, or just remove it altogether, because a part of the issue is we want to control everything, and some things we have no control over. They contracted you for a certain amount of hours, and you're giving way more than what they asked you to, and so that's something that you need to address and not something that they need to address. So what are the routines that you need to put in place? One might be to leave school on time or at a designated time. For me, it's to go to bed early. And early for me means by 10 o'clock. I normally try to get into bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock. That allows me to wake up earlier. So if I go to bed earlier, I'll wake up earlier. Now, that's really important for me because I'm a morning person. When I wake up in the morning, that's when my brain is at its best. That's when I'm able to do the things that I need to do. I'm clear. I have extreme clarity. I'm working in my creative mode. So if I lay in the bed until 8, 9 o'clock, by that time, my superpower is gone. So if I go to bed early, I can get up earlier. And then the other thing is I got to put the phone down. Like it's a lot of nights I get into bed, I have my phone and I'm looking at TikTok, I'm scrolling Instagram. Now, I will say that much of mine is very purposeful, but that's not the time to do it. I'm on YouTube listening to podcasts and all of those things. That's not the time to do it. When it's time to go to bed, I need to send my brain a signal that it's time to sleep and it should not continue to work. So I have to put the phone down. And another routine that I have started is putting it on Do Not Disturb. That's during the day as well as at night. Because if we plan to have 2024 as our best year ever and to make these dreams come true, that means that we can't continue to be the same person that we were. And if you're still the same person, you can't be the new person that you need to be. So that means that I can't be available for everybody at all times. That also means that I can't solve other people's problems, and I'm not the crisis solver either. And so many times those calls that are coming in at nighttime, they are problems, issues, concerns, things that need to be addressed. And guess what? What would they do if I were not here or if I were not available? I'm out of town a lot of times, and I notice that when I'm out of town, I don't get any calls. But when I'm in town, I get calls. That's because they know I'm available. And we know that when we say they, we're talking about our family and our friends, those people who depend on us. And considering that many of us are high achievers, we are the one in the family that a lot of people depend on and will call on. So next, the E is evaluate your progress and celebrate. So the E is evaluate your progress and celebrate. So how am I evaluating my progress and celebrating? So I have to put things in place to allow me to see that I'm making progress. So one of my goals is to drink more water. So I drink out of 16-ounce water bottles. And so my goal is to get through 4 of them a day. Notice that I didn't start with 8 right away. I started with 4 because I need to develop the habit of drinking 4 per day before I can get to the 8. And one of the things that I said to myself is every time that I'm on doing a video, that I need to take a drink of water. I will always have a bottle of water with me, and I take a drink, and that helps me with my progress and my accountability. I can also tell my community what I'm doing, and they will actually send me messages and say, I don't see you drinking water. You didn't drink water on your last video. So here's to me following through. And that was very refreshing. The next thing, how do I evaluate progress and celebrate? I look at my calendar. I try to log everything in my calendar so that I can look back to see, did I do the thing? And I set my task up in my calendar so I can cross it off. And so that allows me to really evaluate. I always add in a celebration each month to make sure that I am celebrating myself, because again, as high achievers, we tend to not celebrate our progress and the things that we do because we see it as just a part of our normal day when really we're extraordinary people and we don't even recognize it because it's just the way that we are. The A in dream, the dream process is what we're going over, is accountability measures. What are you going to do for accountability measures? How are you going to make sure that you have things in place to keep you on track? And so the way that I do it is I tell someone, just like I just told my audience, that I'm on a water kick and I've done this before, and my audience totally helps me to be able to stay focused. And if I lose focus, as I read the comments, it'll bring it back that, oh, you didn't drink any water. Oh, you probably need to make sure you're drinking your water next time. So you want to determine if your accountability systems are effective. And are you holding yourself responsible for the actions and for the outcomes? So another thing that I do, I tell my husband, like when I talk about my income generating activities and things, I'll tell my husband the things that I need to do so that he can remind me of what it is that I'm supposed to do. And then my accountability group, if you don't have an accountability partner or accountability group, I highly recommend that you get one. So I let them know what my plans are. One of the things that I will be doing upcoming is the Launch Your Ed Consulting Biz Challenge. In that challenge, it will allow new educators who want to increase their income or create more income in their family to learn how to do consulting, learn how to bring multiple streams of income into their household and not take up a lot of their time. So for just 1 hour a day, they will be able to participate in the challenge, figure out if this is for them, know the steps that they need to take, and actually implement some of them during the challenge. And so that's going to happen January 15th through the 19th. And it's at a very nominal cost. I make sure that it's accessible to anyone who is interested. And so check the link and you can get signed up if you're interested in the Launch Your Ed Consulting Biz Challenge. But that's one of my income generating activities that I will be participating in this month to make sure that I'm doing the thing. But I have to tell my accountability group so that they can check in on me, ask me if I'm doing it, talk to me about what I might be struggling with. And the last thing is that I tell my best friend. My best friend, I'll tell her, that I'm working, I need to get a massage. I need to work on rest. I need to work on meditation. And she helps me with my self-care things. So she'll say, Chanel, have you been getting your nap every day? Or I'll send her a message. And I have this thing where I rate my naps on a scale of 1 to 10. So when I wake up, I might say, this was a 5 or this was a 4 or whatever the case may be. And so if she doesn't get those messages, then she knows that I did not take a nap. It says that my plug is about to, my computer isn't charging, but we're going to make sure that it is. So those are my accountability measures. So I want you to think to yourself, what will be your accountability measures? What will you put in place to make sure that you are being accountable to yourself and that you are allowing others to hold you accountable? So let's say if you have a goal to write a book, your accountability measure might be a weekly check-in with a writing group. Put yourself in position to be successful. The last portion of the dream process is the M, and that's mindset. Mindset is so important. Mindset is the biggest priority because if you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to get you to where you need to be. So for me, my mindset, it allows me to maintain a positive and growth oriented mindset. So all of my TikToks are geared towards the thing that I'm learning about. All of my TikTok and Instagram. If I'm going to scroll social media will not determine what I listen to or what I look at. I'm going to determine that by training the algorithm to only send me things that are A, positive, and B, around the topics that I want to learn about, which are self-care, which are abundance, which is money mindset. So if you look at my social media, you will find that there's not a lot of foolishness. There are not a lot of things that take up my time that are not beneficial to me. And when I go on, I'm actually engaged in learning about something that's going to move me further. The other thing that I'm going to do as far as mindset is I'm reading a book, The Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett. That's the book that I'll be reading. And that's just helping me step further into my CEO role because I'm in a different place that I was in last year. My business is doing really great. I have a few more employees, and I really need to develop the CEO muscle. I think I do pretty good right now, but there's always room for better. And I know that there is much more room for growth. And I know that what I did to get here is not what I need to do to get to the next level. So I'm beginning that mindset work now. And then I'm going to listen to podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts to listen to is Social Proof, as well as Rachel Rogers, Think Like a Billionaire. She has a new one out. And so those are some of the podcasts that I frequently listen to. And so that's the process that I use. And that's how I make sure that my vision board becomes a reality. It's not just a vision, but it's something that enters real life that I can really see that turns into reality for me. If you like this video, leave me a comment. Let me know if it benefited you. Let me know. Subscribe and like as well. If you're watching this on YouTube and if you're watching this on Instagram, leave me a comment and let me know what your goals are and what you're doing to move forward, and if the dream process might work for you. Because again, it's the dream process: daily habits, routine, evaluating progress, accountability measures, and mindset. So catch me in the next video, and you all have an amazing day.